Hello, it's your good morning, good day, good evening. It's your Blue Archive Gacha wheel, beginner artist set proclaimed, and your boy Tosanyo. Welcome to the Chit Chat stream. So, for today, I'm doing not a Blue Archive stream, not a drawing stream, like usual. What I like to do here for now is like a Zatsudan stream, which is also like known as a chit chat, yapping, just chatting, among those terms. And how are you all doing so far? So for my part, I just woke up. Actually, I have like slept quite a bit, you know, like from last night, and it was like something about 6 hours, but it seems like this amount of sleep wasn't enough after I was like working, and then with that like done, I got like to my dailies, like Blue Archive and Browners 2, like doing JFD or like the usual. I very felt tired and I decided to take a nap, and with that like wake up into the stream, like start like that. That's like why I sound a little bit relaxed, like not so peppy and such. And normally you should like peppy as well. If you like just woke up, you have to like restart your energy, but I got like interrupted in my little nap as well, so I couldn't like sleep that well, so to say. But I restored like a little bit of energy, and I'm just like booting up so far to like get that back. So here we are. So I got like around how do I say 20 minutes kind of nap. I got interrupted for 10 minutes and then continued 20 minutes more, and then I was like, oh, I need to stream now. And then woke up to that, prepared everything, and here I am. So what I'm gonna talk about, I have like some topics prepared. Some were like in my mind for a few days while I was like taking a walk outside. It's like super hot, I think. It's like summertime, right? And if I'm looking outside my window, it's like still daytime, but if you go like outside, stay there for like a few minutes, you feel like yeah, it's gonna be hot. But luckily today it's a little bit cooler compared to yesterday. When you went like yesterday outside in Germany, then you would like kinda melt. Like not immediately, but it's still like, yo. So anyway, I was like watching some anime from for this season, but like not enough, I think. Well, actually, I watched a little bit of anime, but like not from this season, so to say. So I'm not really like sure what's like in. I finished like the Mushoku Tensei adaptation, was like so far out, and kind of like craving for some kind of good anime, you know. But yeah, I kind of started watching GTO, Great Teacher Onizuka, and I was like curious about this anime since it has like something what I like looking for as a Blue Archive guy, you know. Maybe gets like some kind of messages here and there, picking up some good kind of vibes. But yeah, it's like what I kind of expected, so to say. Like very old, like the voice acting is like on the old side. When came it actually out, the anime? It's like kind of like, it's like very old. Let me check. GTO. But I heard like a lot of Great Teacher Onizuka. Like the title says like everything, kind of. It seems like the teacher is like one past gang member and such, and they want to be like a teacher, and the class they like sign up for is like one that is on the very harsh kind of side, so full of delinquents, full of rowdies, and Onizuka, Ikichi Onizuka is like kind of like perfect for this kind of job, and there are like a lot of interesting things he does on his kind of way with like teaching the younger generation. But the thing is like it's still like in the older setting, so so this came like out in the 90s, like the original run is like 1997, and ran like for 5 years until 2002. So they haven't like entered the era of like Gen Alpha and like Gen Z, not really, like GTO. But I watched like about 3 episodes, but I was like surprised with the first episode. Is like it ran like for 48 minutes, and it really like gave like a lot on like content and like introduction on like how the main character like is like the young teacher, like 22 years old, and I was like thinking, yeah, that's kind of a young age. You didn't collected enough wisdom in there, and the Onizuka would be like pretty pervy, be like, oh yeah, if I'm gonna go be a teacher here now, I can like potentially marry one of my hot students, and had like this fantasy, be like ah, ha, 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 he, and kind of like a little bit weird with the law in like Japan, you know, like age 16 back then is like the age of consent, and even if you're like at the 40s, it's still like considered okay, you know. And he had like those fantasies, and there was like one scene where he had like a wolf outfit on, and kind of like that, what's he comfortable with, but over the course of the episode, he would like kind of grow and be like, and like read the room and like understand what's like going on, what's the problem, and be kind of like a psychiatrist, therapist, you know, like listen them out and actually doing something against regarding the problems, like the struggles. Like at first it was like starting out with reforming the class, like bring them some respect. I mean, he's like back in the days like a kind of legend in like the gang kind of scene, and now he's actually helping someone out in his kind of way, like overcoming their trauma or something like that, family problems, yes, and pushing in the right direction. And the next kind of episodes, it was kind of like that Onizuka has like actually a really good mindset in terms of like teaching young generation, like kind of like ending the generational trauma, you know, like normally like the kind of upperclassmen, like the ones above you, like teacher towards students, they would like lead them very harshly, you know, and say towards them like names and curse towards them if they do something wrong. But Onizuka Kid didn't kind of like this kind of treatment, you know, and was like, okay, let's end this, and never call them like trash or something like that again, and help them. Because of you, they turned out into kids like this, and I want to change that. It's kind of cool. Like the young generation definitely deserves like better treatment, and yeah, there are like about 48 episodes, I think. Let me check. 48? 43, okay, 43 episodes. I'm like kind of free in, but I'm gonna have I'm gonna like see. It should be like better to like read that manga, but I'm kind of like curious about like the dubbing and like how the animation back in the days looked like, and it's actually pretty smooth. I must like say, maybe better than some anime adaptations out there for today. But I think like if I'm like out of ammo regarding the anime, I can like check out the manga. I would like say, like seems like so great so far. But regarding like current season, I'm not really sure what's out there, what's like recommended. Do you gamers have something? I heard like last season, for example, like Windbreaker seemed like good. I finished Mushoku Tensei anime. I mean like Kaji no Mae too. There was like Solo Leveling. There was Classroom of Elite. And this is like 2 seasons before. I didn't watch that many. Frieren I like finished. It's like not done with how it's called. The band name is Togenashi Togari. The anime name was Girls Band Cry. Yes. Okay, let me check. This is a German website, but this has like a good. Okay. There's like one with Russian girl, right? And what's the German name? The English name? Alya sometimes hide her feelings in Russian. Yeah. I heard like this one has a lot of fan service. I like saw some screenshots posted from some community members, and you would like see a lot kind of like lingerie and them underwear, and I kind of like wonder, is this the reason why it's like rated so high right now? But it's like based on a light novel, so could be like that they do that for extra fan service kind of. But it's like rom-com, and I must like say back in the days I like rom-coms. Might be like an anime I'm gonna check in. Actually, I could like open my anime list, right? And then check. More. Actually, yeah, let's do it like that. My anime list. Okay, I'm not really sure about how to navigate that, but we're gonna find out, right? We're gonna find out. Okay, I think this should be fine. I don't have an account there really. But there's, okay, there was this like one anime with the Russian girl. Can you see the mouse? Okay, there it is. Maybe I'm gonna check on that. Not really sure. There's Tower of God, second season. I think like the first season was like not that great. A lot of people hyped that up, like a manga reader, I think. And then actually it came like in regarding like the ending. It kind of was like turn off for a lot of anime onlys. I don't really know what to think about it. I think like it was pretty mid, maybe like 7 out of 10. But yeah, better to not keep the hopes high. But I feel like the first 3 animes I can like still like take a look at. Oshinoko first season was like pretty good. Fairy Tail. There's Isekai Suicide Squad. I like heard about that with Carly. That she did like the ending song Go Getters. And it seems like it's like another Isekai kind of anime, but the thing is like that the character, the roster here makes like pretty interesting kind of. So maybe gonna check on that. My dear friend top tier. Okay, Shika no Koshtantan. This is gonna be it. But it's kind of incredible. Wit Studio here, like right? This like from Wit Studio. Like they're also handling Isekai Suicide Squad. Man, it's kind of a lot. I heard like a lot of is it drama regarding this anime here with like the translation or like subtitles, that there's like kind of a that there's kind of like a doubt that actual localizers were there. I wait for Suicide Apps complete out. It party. Yeah, binge watching is also like good. Parody. Yeah, it's like mostly comedy with this one here, and I heard like a little bit about that regarding the memes, you know, with like the blonde hair girl dancing in front of the deer and being like Shika no konoko no koko shitantan. And this was like pretty funny. So like brain rot kind of thing. You don't need to understand it, you know, but you're gonna start to like it for some reason. And also the mama of Amane Kanata from Whole Life is also like the artist of Shika no konoko Koshantan. So like not the story writer of that, but the artist. And I think like it kind of makes us like sense, since the character design of Oshio Sese is like super clean, and the anime does it like really justice on like making characters look cute. The deer being like on the cheap CG side, or they can make it like really good, but for this kind of trailers they had, it was like kinda it was kinda like fitting. So I guess it's like fine, you know, like you can do in a parody comedy like shitty 3D and on purpose kind of. But if they make it like look good, or like utilize in a very good way, yeah, The first episode is out, right? Yeah, I can yeah, we're gonna watch that. In the comfy watch here? Alright, I give it a go. Is it ordered after? No, it's not ordered after a rating. Okay, what's about those here? Nothing of that says anything to me. Stepsister? Arthur remarries? This is like okay, this I think is a skip. Geiji Harem? I'm skipping over that. Second season, okay. Doesn't say anything to me. That is like yeah, I think like someone mentioned that one. They think like the main character is like pretty interesting. It's like a little bit of an old man, I think. Or like someone end of the 20s, and has a little bit, it seems like interesting to look at. But you know, like most isekais are like not about are like mostly on the redemption kind of side. That they are like loser in real life, but then they can like redeem themselves in the other world and be like, oh, let's go, I'm gonna be the harem king and such. But sometimes there's like interesting premises, you know, with Isekai Suicide Squad, that they are not there to redeem themselves, but yeah, but this can make it interesting, you know, like the kind of direction. Adventure of another world, cute girls, video game like powers, anime fan theme. Osamu Dazai. Okay, Dazai Osamu. Okay, yeah, this is like a little bit interesting, since like Dazai Osamu is like this one Japanese author who just did like kind of like the crazy some crazy literature. It's like well talked about Japanese literature, and yeah. And there are like a lot of different interpretations of Dazai Osamu, like, or like anime characterizations of the author. It's a little bit crazy, making like an ikemen kind of. And yeah, it's a parody as well. Nier Automata. Not really sure about the Automata. I think like a lot of people like say that the I can't really say it's better to play the game, but at the same time, what someone said is like that the anime felt like a video game cutscene, so to say. It's like point of view that you're like kind of like playing the game, so maybe it's not too bad. But if my first introduction into Nier Automata is like the anime adaptation and not like the game, you know, it can be a hit and miss, since like A1 Pictures kind of ruined Persona 5, the animation. I think like I only saw the beginning, like the first 8 episodes and such, and it was like pretty good from there on. I felt like it was pretty good introduction, like showing the character's motivation and like the chemistry. But I think like during the end I ruined it, and I'm not quite there yet, so maybe I'm like kind of lucky that I still have like a positive image of the anime, but yeah. It looks good though. I like that it's like black and white here, and the only thing that's like colored is like this character in red. Has some meaning. Only like insiders would like know. Then there's 2.5 dimensional seduction. I've heard like this should be like Dress Up Darling, like the one cosplay anime, but lewder. And what I like heard, that's like better to check on the manga, since in the anime a lot is like watered down and censored, I guess. But at the same time, you're gonna hear their voice actors, you know, like the voice, the musics. And if you like watch the first episode and heard like the voice and the music and then like read the manga, you kinda can read it with their voice in mind, which is also like the advantage of that. But if you read like the source material first and then watch the anime, it's also like there's also a certain show in there. What I had like with Mushoku Tensei. Or like Blue Archive, right? Blue Archive anime. Oh man, Blue Archive anime. I have like a lot of thoughts, different opinions. I had like a lot of different opinions on the anime. And I have like an opinion on my own as well regarding Blue Archive anime. Like if you know the source material, then look at the anime. I felt like they did like some things pretty good, like with the foot licking scene, like Sensei and Iori. And maybe like that one fight scene with Abydos versus the Gena Prefect team. They have like in general like interesting ideas with like the fight scenes as well. But on the execution kind of side, I think like some were lacking. You could like kind of be okay with that, but if you're like anime only watcher, you get like confused, you know. I heard like a lot of people who like watched the first episode, they didn't get it, like Gigaku for example as well. They were like thinking, yeah, they're not shooting real guns, kind of something like that, and kind of like missed the point. What Blue Archive, for example, like did is Yuka got like shot and be like, oh, that hurts, and but nothing happens, and then like mention that when Sensei gets shot, they're like in grave danger, so they're like not the same as the girls. So, and it kind of missed like on that detail, you know, that Sensei is mortal and those girls are like immortal, more or less, against the gunshots, so they're like pretty resistant against that. In the opening, I think like showed that pretty well, you know. There's like a scene where Chiyoko's like running forward for her assault rifle, she gets shot, and she like flinches for one moment, and there's like a little bit scratch on there. Then she gets shot in the same spot, and then it starts bleeding there. So it like, kind of like shows that they're like really resistant against gunshots. But yeah, if you don't really pay attention as anime only, you get confused. And it's like obviously like for the player base. So yeah, They didn't utilize show don't tell, not really. Yeah, I would like say not good enough. And some scenes like the proper execution. But the foot licking scene, yeah, I guess like when people are like really determined, pretty degenerate, I think like yeah, they put like a lot of passion in that scene. This was like good. But I'm like also curious like about the Blu-ray kind of thing. Like usually in the Blu-ray, certain scenes are like upgraded. You know, like when you're like in the TV kind of publishing scene, then a lot of work is getting like rushed so that you can like hand out like a decent end product. You know, that you can like show to the but yeah, some kinds are like wonky, some kinds are like suboptimal, like okay, but at the end product it's like kinda decent. You can like show it. And I think like it was kinda decent with the anime. Maybe like a 6 out of 10, you know, if you like watching it like no brainer, but if you like not all the source material, you knew like it could be so much better, and it's like kind of the danger, which can like ruin our anime watching experience. But yeah, about the scenes, they could like do better. I could be like nitpicky, but I would like to say I focus like on the key scenes, you know, the kind of scenes I wanted to be like executed well enough, like so that anime only watcher could get like hooked in, you know, like understand what's like so special about the story of this game. And I was like kind of disappointed with like battle between adults, like when Sensei and Black Suit faced off each other, like when they had like a conversation like face to face, like under 4 eyes. Or like those scenes where it's not Sensei who approaches problem solver, but like Shiroko instead. It kinda makes sense. Okay, you need to use the girls because they're like the poster girls and people are like interested in the girls, but at the same time, Sensei is like an important character, like support character, yes, but a very, very important one, kind of. And I didn't like that, you know, like when like the problem solvers were about like to go, it was like Sensei who sent them off, not Shiroko. It's like really important, like that Sensei like gets contact more with the girls, so that they can meet each other like again. For example, like New Year, the New Year kind of event with the problem solver 68, or like the Bond story kind of, and not like that Sensei is like on the sideline while the girls are like handling like progressing with the plot, you know. And Sensei is just like occasionally supporting when it's like needed, or Aruna, help me, we need to look for her, and then the girls they're figuring their own until they're stuck, and then Sensei helps again. It's not like that really, since like Sensei is also like active in the plot, but in anime it kinda like, yeah, it's kinda like got watered down. Yeah. But the I would like to say the best episode in the anime might be like the one where they include like anime originals. You know, where they're like the aquarium, kind of. This was like the best episode Candy Box could like produce. But everything else, yeah. Kinda didn't, yeah. I was like expecting more, but at the same time I didn't expect a lot. But yeah. I'm not really sure about a second season, but you know, there's gonna be a live stream on the JP kind of side. I think like around our anniversary, like before the Hina banner starts. Is there some kind of date? There must be a date, right? Let me check. X, right? Is there something sassy on my side? Did something pop out? Okay, I'm safe. I put all my faith into I put all my faith into into my algorithm that there's nothing sus popping out in the year. But okay, let me check if there's a date. There's one. Okay, 21th of July. That means next week on Sunday. Okay, Moment of Truth is gonna be there. They do like the most kind of announcements on this one. And I think like that's about like the 3rd or 3.5 anniversary. Maybe the 4th? Not really sure. Hello, HBVHJ. Welcome to the Zatsudan stream, or like Chit Chat. I'm currently like talking about animes I want to watch, and I was like kind of a tangent with like Blue Archive regarding like a continuation of that anime. I nitpick a little bit. I talk like about what I liked and what I was like thinking, oh, this could like need more improvement, and yeah. And now it's kind of like the talk of like second season. But it's kind of like a hunch. So, the Blue Archive Japan server, they do like a live stream on the 21st of July, so like next week on Sunday. And there are like a lot of infos, like about the next anniversary students, what kind of students are like like how the roster kind of is. So the hunters like swimsuit Arius, you know, we get like the squad, and we get like one half during the 103 pulls, other half during the actual anniversary, where it's like fest banner, right? Where you get like double the chances on like getting 3 stars. This is gonna be interesting. But also during the big anniversary, third half anniversary here, they're gonna release like a lot of merch and also like good great news. For example, like they did like on 2.5 anniversary, I think, or was like the third one. It was like on a lot of anniversary streams where they like announced infos about the anime adaptation and like the progress on that and like trailers, and man, this was like pretty good. So yeah, not really sure about the second season. It's like, I think like the reception was like pretty mixed, and even from the Korean fan base, a lot of them were like, I didn't expect much. I didn't like it, but I didn't expect it much anyway. It's like kind of okay, something like that. But yeah, not really sure. But the thing is, like the next story volumes, like volume 2 and volume 3, they're also quite good. Volume 3 especially. So I hope like they hire like a proper studio, that they make a contract with the proper studio, or maybe just take more time with the project. Okay. I was like talking about this one. It's kind of like started from this one. Talking about this one, since the source material is like better than the anime, but the thing is, like, anime gives you like the movements, the voicing, the music, you know, and there's like a different feeling as well. Not really sure if I'm gonna watch that, but if I like completely out of everything, I might like jump into there. A lot of other things look like skips for me. This seems like rescuing a world or something, not really relatable. That is a vision of the adaptation. And there's this one robot anime from Tezuka Productions. Seems like interesting. But yeah, I'm kind of like skipping here. But so far, like the Shikanoko no Koshitantan anime, the Russian girl anime. What else was it? The Isekai Suicide Squad, Oshinoko 4, maybe, and Tower of God. Those are like 5 anime. Art3 could look interesting, but the thing is, like, with vision novel adaptations, it can be easy to make it like good, but also like easy to make it like look very bad. So not really sure about that one. By the way, I have a question. Do you have a Discord server, or have you ever thought of making one? Just asking. I would like say very early on, it's not a good idea to make a Discord server. Like, first of all, I'm just a hobby streamer, you know, I just do that on the sideline to gain experience in like streaming. And I would like focus more on my streaming content than like a community in Discord server. If you gamers, you know, if you're like more attached to me, you know, and be like, yeah, I like this guy, you know, I want to support them, then you can feel free to make like a community like that. But I, for my case, am like holding off of one. I mean, I had like done something in the past like that, but kinda don't like idea when you're like pretty early on. I should like focus on something else, you know. And that's also like the thing, don't meet your heroes. If you're gonna see me writing on Discord and how different I am, like social media and then on person and stream, yeah, you're gonna get I'm gonna destroy your illusions, so yeah, don't meet your heroes. But yeah, thanks for the question. Also next one, from Young Noriske. Do I read like that? Hello, welcome. Would you be so kind and do the fuck shake? What is a fuck shake? Let me Google that. Song by Virtual Gang. Ah, it's a TikTok thingy. Can I do that? Is it good enough for you? Okay. Anyways. I was like looking at some anime I could like watch, you know. I was like thinking about including Atri, My Dear Moments, but what is that? Near future, sudden explained sea rise has left much of human civilization underwater. Hikaru Ganatsuki, a boy who lost his mother and his leg in an accident some years earlier, returns disillusioned from a harsh life in a big city to find his old countryside half swallowed by the sea. Left for the family, all he has to his name is the ship and submarine left to him by his oceanologist grandmother and head depths. Kinda look interesting. Looks interesting. Atri is a robot, but her appearance and wealth with anyone to thinking she's a living, breathing human being. Yo, do they something like plastic memories again, or like chobits? This is vision novels, so it means like there are multiple routes and like multiple girls you can like meet and like explore their story. Is that new anime or whatever? Ah, okay, you're like just joined in, but first of all, welcome to the Zatsudan stream or like Chit Chat stream. Currently, I'm like talking about what anime I could like watch, and like I'm here like on my anime list or like mall, like in short, and like looking like the newest anime. What could I like watch right now? So we're like on this topic. So don't bring me in like, hey, watch Naruto, watch Dragon Ball. No, we want to be like cool, you know. We want to be like more up to date, to like interact with Gen Z and the Zoomers, and yeah, I'm gonna look at the actual kind of list with like what's currently on season, and I decided on like, okay, Oshinoko second season. This is a comfort anime with the Russian girl anime. Tower of God season 2. There's like Isekai Suicide Squad, and then Shikanoko no Kokoshi Dandan. So like 5 animes I've like logged in. And there's like Atri, which looks like interesting. So I'm gonna log that in too. There's like about 6 anime. And yeah, I'm like looking here for more, but yes, that's about the program. And hello Timer, I hope you catch that. I'm like checking on, currently talking about current anime seasons and like looking on what I could like watch from this one season. So yeah, anyways, welcome Timer. Okay, so new ones. Still watch FLCL. It's all but the best anime made. FLCL? Nothing that matches FSCL. Okay, anyways. There's a lot of isekai. There's a isekai too. What was this? What is that? VTuber legend how went viral after forgetting to turn off this the mic after the stream. Oh, this could be like interesting. What's that? What's that? I think like this covered like Stella from Suicide, right? Okay, it's gonna be interesting. What is... that 20-year-old former wage slave Yuki Tanaka now works among her idols, the streamers of Live On, one of the Japan top VTubers companies. As the gorgeous, polite Arayuki Kokorone, she delivers only the most ladylike content. Fortunately, her subscriber count and savings are at rock bottom. One evening after Yuki thinks she ended her stream, she cracks a few cold ones and more than a few crude jokes by watching Live On's videos archives, but her viewers see it all, and clips of her body trunk commentary go viral overnight. Yuki thinks her career is over, until her manager reveals that everyone at Live One has been waiting for her to snap all along and gives her free reign to drink on stream. Now free of all fake purity, she jumps right into a new rowdy trunk character and is welcomed into the fold by her fellow Live On VTubers. Maybe it's like a parody on Whole Life, which is like currently like the biggest one. Okay. Into her fold by her fellow Live On VTubers, who turn out to be just as crazy as she is. With her views and fans skyrocketing, Yuki's works for the first time in her life is actually fun. Source J-Novel Club, Source Light Novel. Oh, this is gonna be interesting. Yeah. Okay, this is my 7th one I'm gonna watch, I guess. I don't watch anime at the moment. Understandable. Understandable. It can be like for a lot of reasons. But, yeah. But man, there's a lot to look forward to. Elfsan war ja Sarah Saranai plus halt Elf. Okay, this was this one. I heard about. Oh, there are a lot of fantasy stuff. Dungeon. Okay. Ah, there wasn't. Was it that Mayonaka Punch? Yeah. Shy second season. I haven't watched the first season, so gonna be a skip. I think like I saw that Sakuna of Rise and Ruin. I saw that like as a video game. I think like Ina-chan played that. It seems like pretty fun, and it got like a new adaptation. But so far, like 6 out of 10. Yeah, maybe we're gonna watch it if I have time. But maybe kind of list. Yeah, Mishibai. Yeah, this is a horror. It's like pretty old. And yeah, the rest is like continuing like One Piece, like people said. But it's like not currently like what's new. But yeah. Also like Spice and Wolf. This is like a remake, right? This was like last season starting. I was like kind of thinking, yeah, maybe this one too. But I have like a lot going on. With Slime anime, I think this fell off. The ideas are not fresh anymore. But yeah, I kind of like decided on what I can like watch, so this is a maybe, like with the rice farming anime. I don't like see what the plot about is, but it seems like pretty fun. Mayonaka Punch can be like interesting here too, but seems like more on the superpower kind of side. Not really like sure about that one. But yeah, I'm gonna hear about some recommendations later on as well. Like there are like some on the list that are like interesting, but when like those reviews are out of like the first impression of like the first few episodes from some anime tubers, I could like watch those, save myself like a lot of time, and be like, okay, is this a skip? What is about that? Alright. I'm gonna close the window. Yep. I heard like a lot of One Piece. I read like One Piece. I I heard there's like a live action thing going on. There are like a lot of games, but you know, I don't really have to have that much time to like watch a long kind of season. But I know it's like good, you know. Not gonna argue with that. And there are like a lot of memes out there, and man, I can't like avoid the spoilers as well. But what I can like do is catch up with like the current kind of like the new upcoming kids in the town, you know, and like pay attention to that. And if I'm like joining in that, there are like more groups I can like talk about that with. You know, it's kind of like this kind of bandwagon, so to say. And I just hop into that as well, so that I'm like not left out if like conversation goes on. I think like this was like back in days as well, like not in my time, but I heard like about that from my little brother, like my ototo. And it was kind of like with Fortnite, so to say, that like everyone in the class plays Fortnite, you know, and when the child would like go towards the parent and be like, hey, can you buy me this Fortnite skin, and something like that. And I think like the reasoning was something along the ways of along the lines of like bandwagon as well. So if you're like not in the same kind of team, you're like pretty lame or something like that. And it was kind of like if they go like with no skin, like free to play, into the gaming group of the class, like for Fortnite, they would be like called names and be like left out, be like called noob and something. And yeah, it's kind of like, wow, how like cliques are like working, like back then, and and how people get like shunned. So you have to, you're like forced to pay, you know, you're not F to pay for like free to play, you're like forced to pay, so to say. You're gonna turn to a dolphin or a whale, like naturally. Else, yeah, you're gonna be bullied. It's like kind of like, wow. But if you don't play the game at all, I think that's like fine, as well. And Fortnite. I heard like a lot about that, and it's like good in a way, since it takes like a certain player base away from like Valorant or like Apex, but yeah. This was like a funny story I like heard. I usually don't like pay attention to that, but when I heard that from teacher and like look at the gaming behavior of my little brother, for example, I kind of was like thinking, ah, okay, makes sense. It's a little bit weird, but children are a little bit on the scary side, I would like say. Like they don't need a good reason to bully someone. It's like the thing. They're like very innocent, they're like pretty young, but they're like this kind of age, you know, where whatever happens around the environment, they will like absorb it and like adapt to the circumstances. So if in your environment it's like pretty normal to curse and throw like punches, then they would like absorb this kind of knowledge and do about the same, right? And this can do a lot with the growth of one child, of like one young person, one teenager. Especially like during puberty, this is like the one most vulnerable state. Not like vulnerable, but it's like the one state where you like get to learn a lot about life, where you do potentially the most fuck ups in your life ever, like the most mistakes. And I think like for Japanese people, for example, this is like pretty big regarding the changes that can like happen in your life. For example, like for a lot of Japanese people, high school is the happiest kind of time, or like the best kind of time they have ever in their life, and like not in university or like elementary school or something like that, or like after high school. It's kind of like in this kind of time, and maybe it's like the reason why a lot of anime I like scroll through, for example, have like something with high school to do. Like the rom-coms are like in the high school, like some kind of comedy anime are like in the high school, and I think like the Oshinoko kind of main characters, they're like in high school as well. And yeah, kinda understand that, since a lot of like writers, they are like pretty experienced regarding the school life and like what was like so cool about that, and then just like throw in more anime girls in there, and yeah, now it's gonna sell like hotcakes. But regarding like growing up in during puberty and like during high school, there's like a lot of bullying as well, right? Like if I was like watching an video from the anime man, like Joey, regarding like a certain survey regarding Japan, and it was like a survey about how happy are you in life. It was like targeted towards like the younger generation, like those who go like to high school or like completed like their maturity. Not really sure, but like when they reach the age of 18, like for most countries, it's like where you're like allowed to drive the car, you're allowed to drink alcohol. For Americans, for example, yeah, you can like carry a gun around with you. And yeah, it was like a survey towards those kind of target groups like all over the world, but about how happy they are. And is Japan at the top of that? No? No. Like on the survey was like pretty interesting, you know? It's that they're like at the bottom of that. Like alongside with North Korea, like South Korea, for example. They're like pretty unhappy, while those were like happy. I remember it was like something with Europe and Africa, some countries there. And you know, when you like go to Japan as a tourist example, you see like those there are a lot of YouTubers there who go like around be like and farm like content of there, that there's like vending machines that have like everything. They can serve you hot and cold drinks, that they're like introvert friendly like service, you know. When you like go to a ramen shop, you just order something for a vending machine, you get like some kind of ticket or like plaquette, like some kind of chip, and then your order's gonna be made, and just gonna switch a thing you got from the vending machine with something on the when you like reach the end of the line, and then you get your food, something like that, and you don't need to interact with anyone. It's like really introvert friendly. Even like the convenience stores, like 24 hours like open 24/7, and this like pretty like useful, you know, pretty like convenient. They have like a lot of cool stuff for like tourists, and it's like kind of like the dream place to live in. But what I would like say, it's really like cool to like make vacation there. Like living there is like not the same, I must like say. Like the thing is like with the luxury kind of stuff and like the service, while this is like absolutely great, the politics and the society, we live in a society, Japan is like kind of fucked up, and with the hierarchy as well. And if we go like to while like high school, for example, is like super cool, when we go like towards company kind of stuff, and like the hierarchies there, and like the work environment, like atmosphere, it's like pretty bad, I must like say. That's like why you see a lot of anime, for example, those overworked kind of salarymans, and they have like those dark rings under their eyes, and they're like so depressed, you know. And for example, there are like some animes that are like addressing that. Some are like more wholesome kind of way, that they have like all of a sudden like a magical girl in the house waiting for them, taking care of them. Oh, I made your food, Anata-sama. I made your bed. I washed the laundry. Hey, come here. I'm gonna pamper you. Something like that. And while this is like pretty harmless, you know, there are like some writers who showed like the very depressed kind of side of that. How harsh that can like be to be like all alone. And they're like hikikomoris, for example, like those people who never got out of their room, and because they like got bullied in school. While like say company kind of life is like super rough, high school can be like pretty bad as well. It's like the hierarchy system and like how Japanese internet, for example, is, you know. Maybe you don't know. I never knew as well until like I learned the truth. Not on my own, but from watching. And it's kind of like, yo. For real, yeah. I kind of like ignored that, but with the amount of isekai anime that came like out, a lot of bad ones, I must like say. But there's some who explore the character more than a redemption is like a struggle and like character growth, so to say. Like Mushoku Tensei could be one, V-Series for like one as well, while Subaru was like thinking, like the main character, that they had like reached jackpot being in another world and being like special. They're actually not, and they have still like the memories of their real life and all the unpleasant memories of that as well. And that's like still bugging them, and they need to like fight against those kind of things. And while most isekais do forget about that, there's like one struggling with this kind of like the main character is like struggling with this one problem, like fighting against that, but it's like pretty hard to do on your own. Yeah. It's like the thing, like mental health is like pretty serious. And what's like bad as well is that in the Asia kind of scene, also like Japan, mental health is a myth. You know, when like someone is like depressed and such, there would be like, oh, you're depressed? Have you tried to be like happy? Something like that. You're so weak. Look at little Timmy. He has even 9. He did college degree. What did you do? You fail. There's a lot of memes with like Asian parents as well, and it's kind of like true, even though if we make it like funny and such. Asian parents sometimes don't understand it as well, you know. They don't understand what's like going on with their child. They just like go over the generational trauma. Like when they got like shit talk by their parents, they like adapt, absorb the knowledge, and then just like redirect it towards their own children, you know, and just copy and paste instead of like changing something. And while like parents, for example, can try to be like the best parent they can, there are still like scars they're like also like carrying on, and it gets like over and over and over. But there are like few good apples out there that actually understand that and like write like a really great story of like their life experience, and you can like kind of see that. While a lot of trash is like out there, you know, you have to like really dig regarding like the gems. I know like Shonen Jump, for example, is like pretty good. Like people like love One Punch Man, they love Dragon Ball Z, they love like Naruto, but they are not really deep with their messages, right? They're like pretty like easy consumable food, what's a good example? Like Five Guys? McDonald's maybe not, maybe Subway? No? Like eat healthy? I don't really know about that. There are like some good kind of services out there, but if you go look like outside of that, maybe there are like some few, but there's like mostly entertainment what Shonen is like offering. But if it's like seinen, you know, or if you actually like dig into like novel kind of, like actually reading like something closer to a book, you have like a little bit more. Or like video games, you know, like Pop Blue Archive. I learned like a lot about like adulthood and like what the young generation like can go through, like with bullying and such, and a lot of that is like true what I like experienced in those stories. I must like say I got like also a target of like bullying as well during school time, and yeah, I think like I talked about that a few times when I like was mainly on Twitch but never on YouTube. Should I talk about that? Nah. Maybe I should save that for another time, but yeah, because like mental health is like kind of like mental health care, you know, like therapy, psychiatry is like pretty like myth there. There's like not a lot of help for like the people who are like depressed, you know. That's like why there are a lot of hikikomoris. That's like why we have like a lot of suicides there. There are like a high amount of rates of like male suicide, for example, like male depression, and yeah, with girls as well. And while like people say that's like mostly a Tokyo and like a big city problem, even like in villages, there's like something like that, you know, that there's like a kind of clique that's like building on, and they're like regarding like one member in the village like that as well. And a lot of people in those village kind of setting, they would like, as soon as they reach like the age of 18 or have like graduated of the high school and such to like study, for example, they would like, as soon as they're like ready, get out of the village, get the F out and go like to Tokyo and be like there. And if you like watch those animes with like girls that are like from the countryside, like from a village or something, like farming and everything, you will like see a lot that they would like come to Tokyo, like study in Tokyo, or just be in Tokyo in general. Why is that? It's because of that. It's like kind of like they understand about the culture of that. Maybe because they were in the situation, or they like knew someone, but it's like kind of the truth. And I was like watching some of that kind of things. It's just because it's got like recommended to me on YouTube, and I was just like, okay, what is that? And I have some of that knowledge, and yeah, it's kind of interesting. The more you like dig into Japan, normally when you're like a weeb, you like look at the anime kind of stuff and like Akihabara and like figurines, and this is like cool, but the culture, you know, it's like a different kind of side. It's like the other side of the coin, which is like pretty dark. And it's really like that the older generation doesn't really take care of the young generation. There are not a lot of psychiatrists or like therapists, not a lot of mental health kind of help. There's like a certain, I think, a number you can like enter. Don't really know what it is, 110 or like 112, not really sure. But if you ever get like lonely, you know, or have like really horrible thoughts with like unaliving yourself, for example, you can like call that number and talk with someone to like decompress and such. But I don't know if, but I guess in Japan there's nothing really like that, you know. To make like a phone call, like, you know, you're like looking for help, but there's nothing, and the only thing you like do is like shut yourself in and don't get out. You don't want to like feel more pain. It's kind of like sad, you know. And a lot what like happens, they get like isekai, you know, those kind of stories, and start a new life. Let's get away from there, like escaping, you know. They're like running away, and what like some kind of anime do, like Welcome to NHK, is like pretty interesting as well, regarding this kind of hikikomori problem, you know, when they but what it's like, the thing is like when people get like very hungry, you know, and like close to getting unalive, they actually like think, yeah, I don't actually want to, you know? There's like more things in life that I look forward to. I like those animes, I want to watch next episode, I want to watch the next season. I am waiting for those kind of video game releases, and yeah, I need to survive, and parents are supporting anymore, then I have to do it myself, and then it's like walking very hungry, very like thin to the next door and be like, oh please give me food, I do everything, and yeah, and then it's like where I start to work. I think like hunger is like the best motivator, so to say, to push you to like things, and but for some people it doesn't work. That's also the thing. What I like about Blue Archive in that kind of sense is that it does like a different approach of like actually taking care of the younger generation, like of the students. I'm like a Blue Archive gamer, Blue Archive whale. I'm streaming this most of the time, and if I don't stream the game, maybe I talk about it at some point, or like do a drawing stream, which is like on Friday. But the thing is, like in Blue Archive, we have like students there. What's like a little bit weird that you don't see any adults or like parents. Where are they? And then there's a question: who's taking care of those children? You know, did they got abandoned by their parents? Were they like from orphanage and then left behind? You know, and is actually nobody taking responsibility for them? You know, it's like also the thing. And if I compare it with the situation in Japan, or for example South Korea, which has also like a similar situation, it kind of like explores the kind of thing, what it means to be an adult, you know? What does that mean, you know? What is like the job of an adult? It's like to work for a company and earn money for them and like making them better. It was kind of like in this kind of sense that that you take responsibility, but not as a parent for your child, but that you take like social responsibility for them. And it's like in the kind of sense of like a teacher to like student relationship kind of. And teacher do a freaking lot, I must like say. Like they educate, they're like psychiatrists, therapists more or less. They like listen to the problems of like of the students, and help them out in that kind of sense. Hi, Nukumao channel. Welcome to the Zatsudan / Chit Chat chat / Zatsudan just chatting stream. I was like currently talking about some anime, and with that I kind of like talk about Japan, and then like the kind of problem they have like there with like unhappiness with like the younger generation, and here we are. Welcome. Be the father that stepped up. Yeah, it's kind of like that as well, that that is also like there are like no proper parent figures, you know, that you can like look up and respect as well. Like it takes a lot to be a good parent figure to like raise your child, but it can be like really easy to like mess it up and like leave like a long-lasting impression on your child. You know, like Japan, it seems like a pretty chill place, right? And they're like, you can like go outside at night in the city of Tokyo and don't need to feel anything, even if you're like a small woman, you know, like a small woman, 150, and are like absolutely weak. You don't need to feel anything. You can like just like walk around there, relax, and nothing will happen, for example. Thank you. I feel like youth in it everywhere are way down with how competitive it is nowadays. Yeah, it's like the thing, like when you like get older, for example, you like realize that as well. But at the same time, when you're like young and look like at the older people, you kind of want to catch up to them. You want to be like big as well and be like, no, I'm as big as you, or like I got bigger than you, now I can compete with you, something like that. I think like when I was younger, you know, when I was like 7 or something, you know, like a little child, and my father was like bigger than me, and I was like, they were like always strict to me, and I was like, okay, when I'm gonna be big, then when it's payback time, something like that. But now I got old. Now I look at them, how little they are, how they grow older. They got like more wrinkles in their faces. They're like generally a little bit weaker and like tired, and now I actually kind of understand their point of view as well, that they like try to be strong in front of me to like so that I like try to catch up, you know, that it's kind of like the sentiment of like Itachi and Sasuke in like Naruto, kind of. I must like say that you want like Sasuke, for example, like his older brother, to like grow strong so that you don't have to worry anymore, something like that. But this is like what a good parent figure would like do, for example, like make sure that the child is like growing strong, but at the same time you need to like guide the child really well, since there's a lot of in this world that you don't know about. Like it's not about this about the wisdom, but also it's about wisdom, like the right decisions to make, and this can only like be achieved by someone who knows more. Like I did a lot of mistakes in my youth. I effed up a lot, I found out. Your parents as well. They like just try to protect you from those mistakes. But sometimes it's like important to make those, you know, like when a child gets like the words to hear, like a warning, don't touch the stove when it's like hot. They listen to that, be like, whatever, you know, and they touch the stove at some point, be like, ah, that's hot. Then they learn, you know. And sometimes you can only learn via pain. But some mistakes can be like really bad, you know, when it's gonna be like a scar that's gonna change your life forever. Like I say like that Japan is like a pretty peaceful kind of place, right? But it's like either very peaceful, and when something happens, it's not minor, it's like really big. Like they're gonna be something like, not in America like school shootings, but like a really big massacre, for example, like big attacks, like that multiple people get like isekai, and then the one driver from the truck goes like outside with like armed with knives, and like go when like the truck doesn't like drive anymore, they would like go towards with like knives and then be like attacking, and it's gonna be like pretty wild. For example, I heard like some news about train attacks as well, and like people like speculate, oh, are those people from Yakuza, are like those from like terrorists and such, but it's nothing like that. I see the chats, I'll read it later. Right now it's nothing related to that. But yeah, the thing is like that they're like not Yakuza or like any kind of terrorist, like those people who do like commit those acts. Those are actually people like you and me. Like people who like suffered through mental health and got like bad parenting, for example. That at one point their parent figure, like mother or father, did like something really bad to them. Or like even teacher and such. And when there's like a kind of interrogation with like the one person who did like all this the crazy thing against like a lot of people, like isekai them and then like attack them with knives, you know. It was kind of like that they were like really open. They didn't struggled anymore, and they just like laid out what was like on their mind, and it was like that they had actually like pretty normal life, but at one point the mother, for example, would like do something really bad towards the child. Like they had like pretty good grades and everything, but then when they got like a new child, no, new son, then there would be like competition and be like there's like more pressure on it, on their older son. And when all of a sudden there was like kind of snap that the mother would get like angry, you know, that the child needs to like perform better, like the elder son. Once the notes got like worse, and they would like throw the food around, and some of the food went to the ground, and then I think like the mother said like, yeah, eat off the ground, and would you let them, and then like stand outside, then stand like outside for the rest of the day. It was like freezing cold, and they like cried a lot, I think, and it was kind of like traumatizing for them. And as I like went like on and on with their life, like changing schools, like from middle school to high school, it's like really different from there on. They were like the ace in their middle school, but in the high school, not as talented and high anymore, and it would like plague you for them for the rest of your life, to not be able to catch up, not meet expectations, and this like a debuff, you know, that like stacks from day to day, so to say, from over the course of time. And at some point it like snapped, and yeah, they did like all those bad things, and it's kind of like bad, and a lot of people like struggle with that. Either they do like something big like that, or they commit suicide. And it's like pretty bad regarding Japan, or like South Korea as well. South Korea, for example, like manhwa types, a lot of them are like about bullying regarding the main protagonist, like Lukiism, or like I think like in Soul Leveling, the main character got like bullied more or less as well, or not like bullied, but they got like, you know, they're like looked down upon, for example. It's like also a way of like bullying, pretty mild, but yeah, it's like pretty bad. And the thing is, like in Japan, there are not a lot of people who like do therapy or like psychiatry. I think like at the time it was like less than 100. And there are like millions out of people who suffer, you know, from those kind of problems. And among those people, there might not be someone who matches towards your problem. And it's like, So I kind of like about Blue Archive that it kind of wants to encourage that more, you know, like taking care of the young generation and like what it means to be an adult. I kind of like this one episode in volume 1, like battle between adults, like about the ideology. Got PPD from my parents, so it's crucial to be a good parent. Bipolar disorder, I think this was. Borderline personality disorder. Oh yeah. Yeah, it's really like good to like learn from there on. Of course, you like I would like say yes, you got like a bad starter hand with like your parents and how they treated you. It's like pretty harsh, but there's also like a way to make use of what you learned, what you experienced, and like give that to the next generation. Like not generation trauma, like don't ever redirect it to them, and like let that be like an endless cycle. But yeah, it's kind of like its responsibility as well, you know, when I experience something bad, that I don't want someone to experience the same thing, right? It's like, at least for my case, how I like think about that. It's like a little bit hard though, but as time goes on, you know, like time heals a lot of wounds. It's important to make mistakes. It's surprising how some lessons you learn can apply to many things. It's pretty much like that. I feel like when I play like as the sensei, like when I see the dialogues of sensei in the Blue Archive game, that I feel like they had like done a lot of mistakes in their life, and they want to prevent that the students are like experience about the same. And when there was like the episode, like the dialogy between like the antagonist and like the sensei, it was also the question what it means to be an adult. And from like the antagonist, it was like kind of like that adults, they have like more knowledge, they have more power, and that they should like strive on like a more career-driven path, so to say. That they should like grow stronger and stronger, so that they can rule above everyone else, be like the king of the new realm, you know, be like the chef of a company, so to say, rule about everyone, and get like a high spot, you know. But Sensei was like that when you're an adult, that you have like a responsibility to carry, you know. With big power comes like big responsibility or something like that, and be like selfless and be like, yeah, you need to take like responsibility, you have like so much power, and you need to look out for the children, so to say. Okay, I'm gonna like slander them, but it's like those girls, those students are like suffering, and no one is there to like save them, you know. And all the antagonists ever did was like focusing on themselves and like taking advantage of them, you know, like scamming them and such. And the thing is like young people, they don't have a lot of experience, you know. They learn like certain things in school, like how to do math, how to write and read, and a lot about something about history and sports, for example, but they don't know how to apply for a job. They don't know like how it looks like for an interview, about what they need to look out when they like go shopping, you know, when they get like some good kind of, so to say, discounts, like some really good offers, pyramid system, it's a pyramid scheme. There are like a lot of scams like waiting out for you, and they like target especially like very very old people who are like old senile, like they're very young people who do not know any better. And what like the antagonist did was like scamming them so that they have like a 1 billion debt or something, and they're like struggling to pay that up, and it's like really scummy, and they have like to pay every single month like about 5 million or something, like 5 million yen, and this is like pretty big for like 5 girls from a high school. Of course, this world is like a little bit different. They have like guns and such, and they're like resistant to gunshots. They can like take commissions and jobs like that. But if it's like real life, it's like pretty tough as well. And I kind of like the ideology of the sensei, of that. Even like the sensei had like one opportunity where they had like a lot of power above everyone else. They could be like the king of the whole kind of world there, but they refused to do that. And the antagonist was like, why did you give up on the power? You have like in one moment a lot of power right now, where you could like rule about everything, you could like bend the rules and such. And there was like this was like a pretty good scene, and the sensei was like, even if I would tell you would never understand. And a lot of other chapters, a lot of other volumes, like volume F for example, like the final volume, a lot of people would say, and it's like the climax of all of that. Those messages would like would also be like in there, like it's not like spammed all at once, you know. You have like to process everything, of course, but at least like some impact, and gives you like a lot of to think about. And Blue Archive seems like this cute and funny game. There are a lot of degenerate kind of jokes that like that like resurface, like memes as well. But when you look at the story, when you like actually like go deeper into the iceberg, you like find some gold. You are able to find some gold. But this game is also like able to gatekeep itself to like keep those nasty people away, like those people you would like see in a Stellar Blade kind of drama, for example, right? those kind of hypocrites, right? Like some video unicorns or like tourists, something like that. It keeps like those kind of people away. You have like overall like a healthy kind of community there. So I feel like pretty okay there. I feel like pretty well cared. I'm like playing this game for a long time, and I see like a lot of goods in there. Of course, the gacha games, so there's something like gacha addiction and such, but let's say I'm like here with the memes as well. If I'm like talking about that. But yeah, if you're like into some kind of story, I would like recommend like Blue Archive. It's like a pretty clean world and it's like so positive, it's so warm, you know. But yeah, something I hate is when something I like get popular and when the fandom becomes weird. Yeah, I saw that with like Genshin, for example, and it's not only weird, it becomes like pretty unhealthy. That there are like some nasty incidents, you know, like one voice actor had like the role of like voicing a villain, and then the voice actor got like harassed by the weird part of the fandom, you know, and called like names, and yeah, pretty bad. And they couldn't like distinct reality and fiction, for example, right? Those people are like too much on social media. They shouldn't like care about that. They should like care about the game in their life as well. Like not about something else that's like going on, you know, on social media. I would like say that's like what I would like say. But it's like pretty normal, you know. The only thing I say it's normal, which is like kinda sad that there's like a weird part of the fandom, but the only actions you can control are your own. You can't like decide on what other people can do. It would be great, you know, but you can't do that. So what can you do? You can not become like that. You cannot become weird. You can be like a good person, right? It's like pretty hard to change someone. But if they want to change, then they do the step themselves. Like, for example, when people are like depressed, they like look for help, for example. Like when I talk about the Japan kind of generation, like the young ones. They would like look for help. They would like go to friends. They would like go to parents. They would like go to their other relatives. If there's nothing, then maybe go to a therapist. Go to a therapist, psychiatry. Go to a professional, licensed professional who can help them. It's something like that. If they themselves want to change, then yeah, and you are perhaps the one person who can help with that. Fantastic, you know. What I like about Blue Archive as well, when I saw like some streams, there are like some fan letters. And then the story inspired them to be like a sensei as well, like a teacher. And I must like say, this is a big commitment, but it's also a great kind of decision if the world gets more teachers. Like, I watched like Great Teacher Onizuka as well, and like 3 episodes so far. But I kinda like think being a teacher is a hard job. First of all, you don't get paid enough. Second of all, and like more of all, is like it's like connected with a lot of stress, so to say. You need to like educate. You need to like responsibility. You need to like take care of your whole class and like more as well. Like not only about 20 like kind of students, but if you're like an English teacher, for example, then you go like switch from classes to classes and then like take care of the other classes as well, like the other children, the other students. Like learn about their names, like learn about their personality, like their aspirations, what are like motivated to do, what do they don't like, can you help them with this and that. It's like a lot on your plate. And it's like a pretty hard job. But when the story of Blue Archive can motivate them to become a sensei themselves and actually take care of all this responsibility and be overall like a good change, like one more pillar for the young generation, you know, to like lean on, then the world can like be a better place. And I really like that a game like Blue Archive, like a mobile gacha game, really weird, can do that. Nothing like Genshin, for example, or like you know what I call like the big three, like Bleach, Naruto, One Piece. They certainly are like good entertainment. They have like some messages in there, but they're not as deep, I would like say, since it's like mostly about friendship, but not really like about pointing towards the adults in our world and be like, hey, you got a job to do. Yeah, people rarely change unless they believe they should. There's no external way to change someone. Yeah, that's like why it's like good to like try different kind of approaches. A lot of people like play games, right? Some people love gacha, and I love like how it happened through Archive, kinda. Like Yakuza, for example, is like also pretty great, or like Nier Automata regarding like story. But some are like different on their own. Like with Yakuza, for example, you know, like seeing like a Yakuza like Kiyo Kazuma and like take care of a little girl, you know, like protecting her and everything from the underworld is like one thing, but the thing in Blue Archive is a little bit more relatable, I must like say, but it's all like understandable in that sense. And also like it's the only game, no, it's not the only game, but it's the game that got like the best story award in 2020? 2022? Yeah, 2022? 2023? Not from this year, but it got like 2 awards already. For like being the best story game, or like best game, so to say, in the Play Store. It's like kind of incredible. And the game is like so great. Like the development team is like based. Like when they got like this milestones, they'll be like, okay, player base, we got like a W, now we're sharing this W for you and give you like 3 pulls. And they alongside with a lot of resources that are like pretty beneficial for like growth. So this was like pretty based. Also like for anime adaptation, for example, for each episode they would like give also a lot of in-game rewards, and these are like pretty big as well. It's not comparable with like Genshin, where they give like only 3 pulls for like 3 years of for the 3rd anniversary. So yeah. It's like this meme, you know, Genshin could never. But regarding this change, yeah, you can save yourself, more or less. But it's pretty hard, like to get out depression on your own, or like get out of this toxic mindset, so to say. I for myself had to take a step back from like competitive gaming, like Smash Brothers, and this kind of made me toxic, I would like say. I was like thinking I was like special, I was like the chosen one or something, I would be like the main protagonist. But after I took like the step back from it and took time for myself, you know, like touching grass, going on vacation, like walking around, like exploring the kind of sites, being with like a friend there, going to restaurants, like karaoke and everything, or like convention, it kind of like gave me time to like decompress and like think about stuff. Not being like in front of the monitor and like scroll and like how some isekai protagonists do. Like, you know, they watch like some cultured stuff and like, yeah, jack off and stuff. You know, it's like really focusing on yourself, like taking care of yourself, like thinking about things, you know, and eating regularly, you know, instead of like instant food or something. It's like some people do it like in a different kind of way, that they go like camping or they go like hiking in the woods or something. Anything that's like away from your smartphone or like the monitor gaming or anything. And yeah, it sure just like something. I say like walking, hiking, like those things are like important. There's like something very health beneficial with like walking, then that is just like something for your heart, like strengthen it. Yeah, I need to learn to cook better, lol. It would be good to switch from being online. Hey, yeah, let's do that. Like, cooking is like pretty good. And there are a lot of memes, you know, be like, okay, let him cook, you know. And you can do that, for example. Dude, burn the whole kitchen. Dude, who let him cook, you know? But it's like it's pretty fun, you know. It's like maybe not that exciting and fun for yourself, you know. But if you're like alongside with someone, you know, it can be like fun as well. And cooking is like a great thing to do. I have like, for example, there was like a time where I had like where I like relied mostly like instant food. But when I ran out of instant food, I was like, frick, what do I do? I have still like some ingredients left. Let me cook. And then it forces you to do something. For example, like if you like push yourself in a corner, you force yourself to cook, and then there's like something there. Like I would like say egg is like pretty easy that kind of sense. Like fried egg, you can do like fried egg, you can like do egg with the sunny side upwards, you know, you can like make omelette, you can like omurice, for example, if you do like a fried rice, for example. Egg fried rice, like Uncle Roger, hi, fuyo. It's like pretty easy to do, even if it's like not fully cooked or like fried. Egg is like it's like still with the white or egg yolk, the egg yellow there. It's very tasty still. Some do like raw egg over the instant noodle, for example, or like the soup about the broth, and it's like also like a tasty experience. Like egg in every way is like MVP. Omelettes are the only kind of eggs I eat a lot. Okay, yeah, but eggs are great, right? They do give like a lot of proteins and like nutritions as well. I love it. I love eggs. But yeah, I don't only eat eggs or like egg fried rice. But it's like super helpful, but it's out there on the internet, you know. When internet's like super great, it's like a really good tool, but you're like the danger of like being terminally online if that's the case. Especially with a smartphone that's connected to the internet. Like back in the days, we had like cell phones, no problem, you know. It was like used for calls, emergency calls, SMS, like writing towards the parents or anything else. Be like. But if it's like connected to internet, man, there's no TikTok, there's X, formerly Twitter, and other social media sites. You're like danger to like be online too. WhatsApp is also like similar. When you're like a group and you want to check what's going on, and yeah. I say like about the danger of that because the apps became like really good in like making you stuck on the screen. Like you get like one video recommendation, you watch like a 1 minute video and then or like a short, and then you're like, okay, that was great, but then there's a recommendation in like the next video, and then it's like, okay, one more, and then yeah, it can like happen. But I must admit, there are like a good stuff in like the internet out there, like if you're looking for recipes, for example, or if you want like be entertained, you know, or want like some useful tips, so to say, like some life hacks. YouTube is a good source for that. I don't know about TikTok. Sometimes it seems like a scam, you know, when they do like in TikTok. They make like look really easy, and then you're like, oh, I can do that too. When you try and be like, oh, what the heck is it? It's very different. I remember that one time I almost burnt my most favorite frying pan while cooking. I almost got grounded. I was 10. No! Yeah, It looks really easy, right? When you see your parents do that, or it looks like in videos. But actually when you try yourself, oh man, I understand that. I hope you're okay. I mean, you are. I mean, when you're writing here, of course. But I hope you like past timer was like fine with that. Like it can happen that you can burn a frying pan. You can even like burn water, for example. It's like a little bit weird, but the water would like dissolve, then it would be like a lot of steam coming out of that. But there would still be like water more or less like left in the pan, which is like burning into it, so to say. I think like this kind of like happened with like omelette, or like whatever you like cooked there. So yeah, be like careful, like turn off the fire, the electricity, whatever's like running beneath the frying pan, so that nothing like that happens. This can frying pan, they actually can be broken, more or less. They can be like broken, so that you can't like cook anything on it anymore. Can happen. It's just very hard to do. And man, children are scary. You were 10-year-olds. Holy crap. And just one more, and our hilarious jokes to tell yourself. Yeah. Social media can be scary like that. Like not only YouTube, it's also like with Twitter and Instagram, for example, with like the endless scrolling, you know. When you get like distracted one time, back in the days, it's not much, you know. You get like distracted for a few minutes, then you can move on to what you were like doing right now. Maybe like reading a book, maybe like working on a project, you know, doing your homeworks. But with smartphone and like the scrolling kind of danger. Yeah, I kinda get it. I mean, it's not gonna be a few minutes. It may be like 10 minutes, 20 minutes. An hour passes by. The same thing can happen when you go like with the smartphone to the bathroom, you know? Take like a dump. Like my little brother did that. I can remember. And I was like cleaning the house. I was like cleaning like the living room, the bedrooms, like for about 10 minutes. And I was like, okay, next is like the bathroom. And my little brother was still in there when I like started like cleaning. I was like, hey, I need to clean here. Are you done? How long do you need to take a shit? And they were like, they were actually done, but they were like still on the phone, and it was like the thing. And when they, also I could like tell that where they send a phone, like when they like open the door and got like outside, that they had still their smartphone in the hand, and I was like, oh my gosh, what's going on with this generation? But yeah, I kind of like see how bad it is. So yeah. So it's not only on you, Nukuma. It's like a problem of a lot of people nowadays. And the thing is also, back in the days we didn't have that thing, so we hadn't that problem. But Gen Z's, or like maybe also Gen Alpha, more or less, when they're like grown into that kind of thing, they have like the problem, they don't know how to deal with that, you know? We know what the problem is, but we haven't like found a counterplay, so to say. Like even millennials or like before, they don't have a kind of idea, but some counterplays like getting like developed right now, like of like, oh yeah, touch some grass, get away from that stuff. And actually it helps. Or like regulate it, you know? Taking the phone to toilet sounds like addiction. Yeah, it is. but it's also like it sounds like an addiction and like something really hard to get out to, but there are ways, a healthy way, to like teach them like how to not get addicted to it. Like it's not like the same problem with like, oh, are you depressed? How about did you try to be happy? It's not really like that. It's like, of course they know like that being addicted is like bad. Like we all know, for example, like the same thing with, like, with people who smoke. They know it's bad, but they can't stop. And that's like and like there are also like some kind of side effects when you don't stop smoke for a while. It's like the same like with like drug addicts, that there are like long-lasting side effects when they like stop taking the drug as well. But there are like some tricks you like some words you can like instill into them. But let's say what's like going on here in this chatting stream? It's just like for education, entertainment, not for education, but like roughly education and entertainment purposes. But if you actually need advice and help, like seeking licensed professional, right? So if you really like want to learn more about like how to get rid of like those addictions, like look up for those sources. I'm just a random guy on the internet. I know like a little bit, but not too much. It's just like I'm watching too much videos, or I listen too much to people who are like really interested in these things. It's like normally I'm like not interested in a lot of other things. I mean, like I'm a kind of weeb, so to say. I'm like gacha whale, but I have like sometimes people in my group, in like my community more or less, who are like really passionate about talking about certain things. And when you listen to that, because they're like really passionate about that, be like, okay, they like this kind of thing, let's listen to that, you know? Because you want to be a nice person and eventually come back to that, you know? Do you have that talking topic at least? Not like talk about the weather, oh it's nice, or hey, did you sleep well? Nothing like that, you know? So you listen to that and then you absorb all that knowledge of them. And yeah, now for all of a sudden you know like about how to repair a rice cooker, for example, when this like breaks, or about like certain people with addiction and something like that. I heard like about the story from other person as well, when they actually learned how to, what like some steps are like an animation process, like storyboarding and like do the keyframes, doing this and that. It's like that. And sometimes I would like play some of some podcasts or like videos in the background, so that it has just some little bit of noise when I'm like working on something or like playing a game, you know, like Blue Archive. Like absorb like naturally a lot of stuff as well. So yeah. But regarding like getting rid of addiction, it's like not about telling them that the thing is like wrong to do. I think like it's about letting them explore that, like helping them in that kind of way, like making themselves understand what's like the problem, so to say. What exactly does it mean? Like, yeah, you can like tell a person that when you smoke, that your lifespan is shortening, that you get like a black lung, that you are like more likely to get cancer and everything. There are like a lot of those things. But when you like ask them, you know, for example, when they're like a father, you know, and they have like some children, you can like ask them like certain questions and what their motivations and goals are in life. And then it's like, yeah, I want to see my children grow up healthily, and when it's time, you know, when we have like enough money, I want like to go with my with all those childs to like Disneyland or something like that. And the father, for example, is like really old right now. And I think like when you get about cancer, it's like more likely at like high age, you know, like when you shorten your lifespan, for example. Like I think the average like lifespan is about 70 to 80 years. 50 with like smoking, you like shorten lifespan by a bit, by a really like big bit, you know. And when you like ask them, okay, when your motivation is like to go with your child to like Disneyland, do you think you can do that in 10 years when you continue smoking? You know what like can happen if you like continue smoking this kind of way. Maybe you're gonna be like on a wheelchair and then it's gonna be much harder. Something like that, you know? And when you actually like give them a reason, you know, why it would be good to like stop, not because of the health, you know, but because of their goals, aspirations, this would like go against them. Then they would like weigh the goal much higher than what they are addicted to. And when they actually have motivation and willpower, can like generate some willpower to actually fight back against that, so to say. That's like one way to do it. It's like asking them questions, you know, let them explore. Like not presenting a solution, so to say. And then yeah, I heard a story that the person actually got out of that and leads a pretty good life. It took like a lot of time, you know, like a lot of steps, but it was possible. So we got a good ending. Strange thing that I feel addicted to the internet, but when I go camping for a few days and I don't feel like I need the internet. Yeah, this is like pretty great, right? At first it's like pretty... It feels like pretty bad, you know? Like when you're not taking a step already. For me, it's like a little bit of dilemma, you know? I play like gacha game, some gacha games, and those includes like dailies. And if I'm like away for a few days without being able to do that, it's gonna be hard for me. Because I'm like kinda min-maxing everything. But yeah, I need to like ask someone. But yeah, when I was like on vacation myself and had like very few interactions with like the screen, it was like mostly with myself or like spending time with my companion. And being like in convention, for example, like interacting with like artists, you know, and like buying merch and such. This was like pretty nice. This was better than like being on the screen and playing games. It was like I met like the artist I like followed on social media, and I could like talk with them, I could like interact with them, I could like shake hands with them, and I could like share some encouraging words, you know. And it's like, hey, is a fan of mine. They're real. They're not just like some random bots, you know. They're actually like I believe them too, who like my art and like my post and right under it. They're real, you know. And this is like a special connection, so to say. I was like a little bit introverted, I must like say. I didn't like say too much. I kept it like short, but I tried my best to be like nice, and this was like a good experience. And also, I got to see in the convention like some VTubers, and they answered some questions and shared like some stories they could never tell on YouTube or Twitch. So this was kind of like worth it, the kind of journey to be like away from your screen and your social media. The thing is like also internet in the convention hall, for example, was like pretty bad. The thing is like when there are a lot of signals, wireless signals interfering into each other, it disturbs kind of. It disturbs each other when you get like all of a sudden a bad internet connection. It's like the same thing with like wireless controllers, for example, that there's like a lot of delay. And it kind of feels like you have an online lag. You play like with like 2 frames, 3 frames slower, so to say. And yeah, internet was like pretty bad, so I couldn't like really surf and such. So I was kind of like, yeah, okay, no internet, great. then I can like spend time with myself and like explore and like actually build connections instead of like being social media. Of course, there's like the way of like streamers, like viewer to streamer interaction, that you can like talk with the streamer, and there's actually a response. You write like something, and on stream, oh, they respond. Nice. And this feels like a relationship too, but it's kind of like parasocial, some people like say. I'm like aware of that. But I kind of like, yeah. Am I like something like, I'm not really sure. Maybe I'm like a pro, a homie for other people. But at the same time, if I talk like slower, you know, a little bit more chiller, some people like may feel that I'm like comforting. More or less, I don't know. But I sometimes watch my own streams. Sometimes I'm like pretty energetic, sometimes really excited when I don't like sound so comforting, calm anymore. But sometimes when you like listen to people and they talk about something they're like really happy, passionate about, sometimes that itself is also comforting. I kind of like I love listening to happy people, so to say. The only like case where I'm like okay with like hearing about depressing stuff is like when they have a problem. Like, let's say I'm like the kind of person who wants to help them, you know? I'm like a therapist or like psychiatrist. Then there's like one point where I'm like, okay, you have a problem? Okay, I'm your friend, share that to me. Maybe we can help. Something like that. This like maybe the only thing when I'm like okay with like hearing about that. It's okay to be energetic when you're happy about something. Yeah, it's like really important to like share what you feel, you know? Like you should never be like punished for what you really feel. Like I don't really want to like see people who like build a wall between themselves and other people because they don't feel welcome. I always like feel sad when I see characters like that in some anime or manga, when they're like really shy and they got like traumatic experiences, for example. So I'm kind of like interested, you know, regarding those. What are they looking forward to in life? What are their hobbies, you know? What are they happy about, you know? And this like teaches a lot about them. Got a phone call? Moment. Let me mute myself. Okay, I'm back. Okay, let me read the chat so I can like catch up what I was like talking about. So, that's why kudere type characters interest me. I always wonder what they think about. Okay, great. The thing is like, kudere kind of characters, they're my type. They're kinda my type. At least this was like when I was younger. I really liked those characters who are like on the kind of silent side, or like cool and silent side, you know? And I was kind of like, I had like a weakness for Tulofru, to a character from Tulofru, for example, which is like Golden Darkness, like is the English name, like Konjiki no Yami. Yami-chan would be like her nickname, and she was always like, oh, ecchi no kirai, and I hate perverted stuff, and like shove the protagonist away, you know, because they're like so like clumsy. They would like trip over and be like, oh, panty shot, or like, oh no, I touch your boobs, something like that. But those characters are like generally, even like it's like a really dumb setting, so to say, like really too much comedy on a perverted sense. The characters itself would be like really interesting, have like some cool backstory, I would like say, and sometimes like the kind of coolness is like what attracts me to them. But they're also like this generally like silent characters, you know, because it's not like because of cool backstory, but because of like some mental kind of problems, so to say, that they're like struggling with something, and then you just want to help them, you know? It's kind of like that they're kind of like awakening your sympathy, so to say. Fan service ruins anime sometimes. At the same time, it can like attract a certain kind of audience. Yeah, I think like it can ruin it, so to say. Sometimes you get like weird people in the community when it's like that. But I think like the only selling point sometimes is like the fan service, which is also understandable. And this is like what they're all focused on, because this is the only thing that's like right now good in the series, else they're not going to be interested. So this is like a mindset I can understand as someone who was interested in writing manga and like scripts and something like that. And yeah, I love like exploring this kind of entertainment kind of branch regarding like anime, for example, and like kind of like psychoanalyze. But the question is also like, can those characters deserve better? Is there something else interesting? I don't really see it, since the main character is not that interesting, so to say. It's like the decent it's like a bland character who's like clumsy and is like generally kind to everyone. It's not much. Do they have certain dreams, motivations, goals towards something? Not really as well. So the only like kind of interesting parts are like the girls there. And okay, fan service. And that's what they're focusing on. This is what they do right. But then there are like certain kind of anime that have like more than this fan service, right? Or more than the girls. But sometimes they still include fan service in it. Maybe they can't want to cover a wider audience. I think like for Blue Archive, we have fan service there as well. But the thing is like the fan service is only the surface side. Once you dig deeper, you actually experience a great story. So this is a kind of an effective weapon. And people, they say like for the story, not for the degenerate kind of stuff. So this is like kind of good. And the fan service kind of thing can also gatekeep certain people away, so that we got like a healthier community, not like in Genshin. Now that I think about it, do you know any anime manga with no or little fan service? A Sign of Affection comes to mind, but I'm having trouble thinking of other examples. I'm not gonna say that fan service is bad. Sometimes that's like a really good thing. like with Blue Archive. But like with little to no fan service. I know like about games. Like Yakuza if you don't play the side quests. This is like pretty good. If you follow our main storyline, it's like pretty good. I mean like Shonen, actually Shonen have also fan service. Kaiju number 8? Let me think. Manga? I read that manga. It's like more or less, but not really. I wouldn't say it's a story. Yeah, I would recommend. It's like good for entertainment, just like what Shonen does really good, but something really deep. Kaiju number 8 is like for me a 7 out of 10. It's like good, but also not bad. Like too many anime I like, they have fan service, but I'm not staying for the fan service. Like a little bit of extra, so to say. I mean, like when I was younger, I was like they are all in for the fan service, but when you get like older, you know, the thing is like you get kind of like tired of that. You want a little bit more flavor towards the thing you like watching, like a little bit more story, a little bit more depth, and something to learn. I mean, I like the thing is like as well. If you only watch like masterpieces, you don't know what really is good. Sometimes you have to watch like trash kind of anime, so you can like actually appreciate the godlike series that has been like, nah, not the godlike, but you can like enjoy the masterpiece a lot better if you chew a lot of trash before, right? Like if you, I think like Ratatouille for example, right, is a good example. We have like those rats who ate like a lot of trash before. They were like digging into the trash, looking for something salvageable, and then all of a sudden the main character, like the rat there, discovered like cooking, you know, you can actually make like decent meals with good ingredients, and then yo, this hits different, you know, this like this kind of sentiment. Sometimes inevitable with like fan service, so I mean even like those anime that are like targeted towards the women are like or like fujoshis, yes, are like have like fan service, and they're like pretty good as well. They have like some kind of message and some like meanings in there. I think like Yuri on Ice had like did like a good job on like showing some meaning, but it had fan service, you know. I think like Free, for example, like swimming, it's like a sports anime with the boys. It's also like, it's like a shonen normally, but it has like weirdly enough a lot of female fans. So yeah, I can't like think of masterpieces. I would like say like 8 or 9 out of 10s. With no fan service. Someone like pretty casual. Oh, actually, I have one. Wall Trigger. Maybe Gintama. Maybe Gintama. But yeah, Wall Trigger and Gintama are both like Shonen Jump series. I was like slender, I had like a little bit of a slender on Shonen Jump, because whenever I was thinking of Shonen Jump, I thought about the big three. Naruto, One Piece, Dragon Ball. Naruto, One Piece, and Bleach. Yes, this was the big three. Dragon Ball was like the king. The past king, yeah. It's now the GOAT. Has now reached GOAT status. JoJo Bizarre Adventure. Maybe. Actually, this has the fan service as well, but it's a little bit more on the funny side than actually disturbing for the plot. But you will understand if you like watch the series, you know, and see the art style. There's also like Kaiji, and Akagi. Like Kaiji, the Ultimate Survivor. I don't know, have you watched Squid Game? Even if you don't watch Squid Game, he's surely heard about that. It's like this kind of survival kind of game, you know? You play like those kind of and let's say like Squid Game is inspired by kaiji. And a lot of people don't watch kaiji because the art style looks so old and weird. Maybe can like, yeah, let me share that. I actually don't care about monetization. So let me share something on screen. Okay, understandable, but people don't watch kaiji because the art style of that looks so freaking old. You know, they have like those Dorito chins and everything, but you need to get used to it as well before you like can't stop watching, like binge watching. Hunter x Hunter is like really similar as well, where you have also a slow start, but then you get in. And besides kaiji, the anime Akagi is also like pretty good. It's like about mahjong. I like that one really good. Dorito chins, yeah. And then JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. I said like there's something like fan service, but when you look at the art style, you know, there's not really that much. It's like kind of the 90s kind of thing. And when I think like about fan service, it's maybe like more on the gay side, but that's about it. Otherwise, it's like a really funny kind of presentation, and it takes itself way too seriously. Like JoJo's like pretty good. It's like one of my favorites. And then like World Trigger. Yeah, we have that. I would like say this anime, the series, I read also the manga, has like the best power system. I would like say it can rival Hunter x Hunter's power system with like its nen. And nobody here is like overly OP, everyone fights like with the same rule set. But the thing is like how to use this kind of rule set and this kind of power limitation. It's kind of like everyone has access to the same kind of power and ability, but it depends on like the usage and strategy and how to outwit the other opponent. And then there are like sometimes like enemies like from the other world that are like raid bosses, and then it's like about them teaming up together with like their shared power system to like fight against this one. It's like pretty cool. It's like the favorite anime of like Professor Lando, for example, if you read about this person. And yeah, they have good taste. It's also from Toei Animation. I like show of unique art styles, Dorito chins. Can't believe I've been watching anime for years, never watched JoJo. I need to get onto that, lol. JoJo, one kind of disclaimer, never skip parts. Like the weakest part of JoJo is like the first part, so like the first 9 episodes. But if you get past through that, you get rewarded with like a really good cast of characters and plots. And by the way, a lot of characters in part 1 get like mentioned over and over again in the next parts, like part 2, part 3, part 4. It's like the kind of anime series with like multiple protagonists instead of like following one cast of character, like Goku, you know, the whole time. And then the whole story and cast would like revolve around the character, main character, so to say. And this can get like boring because when the story goes on, you would leave like some characters behind, like Yamcha, you would like leave behind Tenshinhan or like Lunch, and it gets like, yo, I want to see more of those characters, but no, we get like back to Goku, we want to fighting, and yeah. And JoJo's like pretty unique in this kind of sense that they have like those multiple protagonists. We have like here, yeah, we have here like the protagonist of part 1, here of part 2, part 3, part 4, part 5. It follows like different kind of storylines, and the thing is like all of them are like in the JoJo plotline, like the Joestar plotline. This would be like Jonathan Joestar, so like JoJo. We have here like Joseph Joestar, it's my favorite JoJo. Then we have like this like Kujo Jotaro, but he's like a relative to the Joestars, so JoJo here as well. So, and like Higashikata Josuke, or like also relative of Kujo, so his uncle, so to say. So also like a JoJo. And then we have like Giorno Giovanna, a Gio, but also like JoJo, so to say. So yeah, there are like 9 parts out there. Like the first part is the weakest, but if you get past to red, it gets like pretty cool. I would like say part 3 is like one of these weakest as well. The thing is like a lot of memes come like from part 3. And when you like get to the parts where you see those memes and be like, oh, this is the scene where the meme come from, where like Goku wore the trip jacket, then it gets like freaking funny and more enjoyable to watch. And never skip the openings, by the way, because there will be like a special kind of thing during the final arc of the opening, the scene. So it's pretty wild ride. For part 1, I would like say it has 9 episodes. So the strongest episodes are its first 3, because it takes time to introduce the characters and flesh it out. And then like the last episode, like episode 9. So those are like your strongest episodes, and after it's like filler, or like in between of that. But it's like pretty important as well for the kind of plot, so never skip that. It's just like you're warned, you know. Yeah, everyone loves memes, right? So yeah. Those are like about the shows with like no fan service. Gintama was like my love as well, but the thing like with Gintama is like it starts very slow. It starts very slow as well. It starts off as a comedy, but later on it includes like some serious kind of stuff as well. I think like let me see. When does it start to get good? No, I don't know. I don't know really. I think like after 70 episodes or something. It's like with like One Piece, right? Oh, get to episode 500 when it becomes good. Yeah, I can't really recommend long series, but yeah, I think like with Gintama I lose like a lot of people. But I was like talking about that Japan, right? Before. And it's young generation depression and like hikikomoris. Welcome to NHK. This kind of series portrays really well about the fear of being left alone. And that you like fend on your own alone. And like what happens regarding when you get older. It has like some disgusting stuff in there. You need to be like ready for that. But it teaches a lot about life if you like try to think about the series. But the thing is like it has like one adult man, you know. It's like basically kind of what can be the protagonist of an isekai kind of. But yeah, it's like pretty old. It's from 2006 by the way. And I think like the novel was like beginning 2000s. Yeah. Normally when I like talk about like fan service and like cool characters, like silent ones, you know, you think like a lot about those schoolgirls, high school and like those fan service, you know, and young youthful characters. Like most characters who are like 15, 17, you know, disgusting how. You see that in the main character regarding disgusting, like hikikomoris, you know, people with depression, and there are like few ways for them to like get rid of that. So you see like someone with flaws, someone with human mistakes, but they gonna grow better in the span of series. It has like 25 episodes, I think. It's like a full season. But yeah. You see like the home, it's like full of trash. It's like how they sent her, they have like a poster of a girl hanging, and yeah, it's something like that. But yeah, I can understand if people are not into that. I can understand that. So yeah. Okay. Let me think. Oh yeah. There are some other series I like really like too. I have here on a German website my top 10. Actually, it's not. It's a really old top 10. It's our old top 10. It's outdated by now, but it's like this one here. I mentioned like JoJo. I mentioned like Wall Trigger, right? I mentioned Gintama. There's like Gakko Gurashi. I can't say too much about it. Else it's gonna ruin the impact of this of the anime. Watch it blind. The English title of that is like School Life. And then there is the Japanese title, Kami no Mi Soshio Sekai, so the world God only knows. This is a really good series. It has like 3 seasons. So like 36 episodes and like some OVAs with that as well. Number one, it's what I would like recommend to like watch the OVAs as well, as they're like connected to the main storyline. They could like fit into the anime seasons. I see The Promised Neverland, the first manga ever read. Yeah, the first season's good. I heard a lot of people say like, don't watch second season. I never watched the second season, so yeah, it's still like my favorite, like the first season regarding that. It's outdated by the way, so a lot of things do not play anymore. Like instead of ReZero, I would like put in Mushoku Tensei, I would like say. But yeah. And yeah, I don't know. So I don't know about that regarding second season, but I believe it when a lot of people say that. There is Yahari Ore no Seishun Love Comedy wa Machigatte iru. So it's called, in the English title, My Youth Romantic Comedy is As I Thought a Mistake. Something like that. Yeah, but teen romantic comedy Snafu. Okay. As wrong as I expected. It says like romantic comedy, right? But it's a parody on that. And this did a twist on that one. And it actually is kind of a bait. You go into that expecting like a harem romantic comedy, but actually it's something about high school, depression, and that you got like bullied and such. And this is like the main character. A character with flaws. And someone that's gonna grow. It's not about the girls. Actually a series with interesting main character. Not like with Tulofru, how I say it. That the character's like just clumsy. Oh, fan service, party! And it's just like boring. It has like no motivations in life, really. And so it's just like really kind and such. But this main character, Ikigaya Hachiman, let's say he rescued me when I was like younger, kind of, with his mindset. There are like 3 seasons. I would like say season 1 and 2 are like the strongest. The art style is getting really different since the studio are like changing, like from 1 to 2. And the third one might be the weakest. Since some people don't agree with like, yeah, why did the main character got together with this girl, something like that. But yeah, at the time it was like my favorite kind of. This one Ikoku Meru no Kroase. It is like a series that plays in the Victorian kind of age, like 1900s. It's like slice of life. I rated high because it was like cute and wholesome. That's about it. Man, I was like this kind of person. I like cute and wholesome. At what point in life was that, by the way? 6 years ago? 7 years ago? Not really sure. R0, so it's like all ages, for all ages. It's just, it's very wholesome. It's also like historical, more or less, but it's basically like, it's a little bit like transfer kind of school. They're like, but in this kind of case, it's like, in the 1900s, so to say, so like no internet, no technology in this advanced kind of setting. It's kind of like, okay, we got like a Japanese little girl coming towards France. Yes, France. And we have like this one guy or people who take care of her and then show her around and such. And are there some struggles? Yeah. I would like say, yeah, there are like some struggles in there. That's like pretty wholesome overall. I can't remember much of it anymore. It has been like a long time since I watched it. Oh, 10 years ago maybe? It's a 2011 kind of anime. Kind of ancient by now. But yeah, it's wholesome. Is there something else I can like... Keep Your Hands Off Eizouken. It's like an anime about making anime. But it focuses on like high school girls. So a little bit more fresh out of the stuff. Pretty unique. Man. Gamers is pretty good. It's kind of the mouse trap. It's kind of the bait as well. You go in there expecting like something rom-com, so to say. But actually this explores like a lot of relationship kind of stuff as well. On like how to keep a good friendship. Sometimes you like connect with people via online, right? And like via games. But yeah, oh man. It's a lot of stuff, but yeah, I'm gonna keep it on that. I can like recommend a lot more, but let's keep it like minimal. So yeah, this is like about my recommendations, like JoJo, some of my top 10 back in the days, and yeah. So let's close that. Hope you will have some fun. I think like there's enough anime to like to be like entertained for a while. But I must like say, from time to time, like check out those anime I really like that have fan service in it. You know, you can still appreciate it even with the bad stuff. Like Mishuko Tensei for me is like what I enjoy really much, but at the same time, I must like say the web novel, the light novel is like a lot better. The experience when like the anime. So if like anime only like dislike certain characters, it's like because they like the content. So I was like, I also seen the problem. I watched like the first season, part 1 and 2, and I liked it, but after I read like the novel, I was like, oh yeah, this makes sense. They're really like well written, like human characters. And yeah, it's like kind of like the shame, but but it actually shows like a lot, like when I check like the light novel, how good of a writer the author is. Like they really understand on how human function. Like mostly like with like fan service kind of, yeah, let's say like rom-comedy with harem and everything, they're like not really well written, or like isekai. Like mostly those people are like young people, you know. I talk like about depressed people and like people who get like bullied, and a lot of those people are like young. Even if they reach like about the age of 20, you know, 20 to 30, it's still like considered a young age. Like where you still need to like learn a lot about the world. And a lot of those people are introverts. And introverts, for example, they don't interact much with people, and this means like they don't have much knowledge about other persons as well. Not like a good amount of like a really like small data ping on like how people interact and how to behave, you know, like depending on age, like wisdom, and maybe they didn't effed up enough in life to like know about good and bad things. Sometimes they don't know research, you know. For example, when people like introduce like martial arts into a scene, you know, then it kind of needs like the knowledge of like, okay, martial arts of the certain kind of field to make it like more believable. But for the most part, it's like, yeah, okay, I guess you wanted to make something cool, but it doesn't really work like that, chief. It doesn't work like that, chief. I like a lot of those fantasy kind of settings that are like in the feudal or like Middle Ages kind of setting. And I read like a lot about Middle Ages, like books about that, and I like HEMA, like historian, European martial arts, like how to fight with like armor on, like with the swords, with spear and axes, something like that. This kind of martial arts, like similar to like Japan, where they're like fighting with katana, like kendo, with the bow and such. You know, something like that, but like in the European kind of side. And I must like say, Japan is getting overrated regarding like that. You know, like they have like katanas, for example, in like For Honor, and it like slices through shields and like armor. Nah, it doesn't work like that. By the way, it doesn't work like that. And spears or like staff weapons are like OP, not the kind of blade weapons. Like when you want to, you know, when you hit like with the kitchen knife, like the at the table, then the kitchen knives like suffers, not the table. The table is like pretty stable, and you have like to imagine that with like a sport cut, even if it's like Nippon steel, like Japanese steel, you know, it can't like slice through a shield or like a tree, right? You just like you just ruin your sword, by the way. Like that's why like my staff weapons are like not bad against like blade weapons, so to say. The only thing that gets like broken at the end is like the sword, and replacing a sword like really expensive. A staff, you know, like a stuff you can like replace easily, right? It's a good weapon. You can like whack someone. You have like long reach, and you can like poke from afar as well. You can like sweep them, you know, like make them trip and then like bash from above, and it's like pretty effective. With a blade weapon, you have reach as well, but it's like more likely to get broken, yeah, lose on quality if you fight against like a staff weapon. So it's pretty bad. It's pretty bad. And I must say, with a katana you can't really poke. You have to swing it, you know? So you can't like poke really. With a staff you can do that easy. If you attach something sharp on the edge of a staff, like a spear, making a spear, GG's. You lose against that. Like a staff or like a spear doesn't need much technique, and you have longer reach. And even like if you are like really good with like swing a sword, yeah, like doing your research, you know, can be pretty helpful. You don't have to, but it can be helpful. But if you like invent something for yourself, like what I still like with Mushoku Tensei, like sword arts, like developing their own like martial arts there in the world. It's fantasy world, this works. So I can like agree with that. Like research is like pretty important. So yeah, and also like touching crafts in terms of like exploring like other humans, like their behavior and such. Yeah, one of my friends is an introvert, and sometimes I worry she doesn't know how to deal with other people. Yeah, it's also like that. Sometimes like social media or like entertainment can teach you that thing, but I would like say like not really. Like especially social media. Because the thing is like in social media, you know, you can put on a different profile picture, a different name, a different persona with that, and then you go online and then you don't have like the fear anymore, right? And you say like things you wouldn't like say in real life to other persons, you know, you're gonna get rude, you're gonna get cheeky, you know, and like push like some buttons you normally wouldn't do, and then you know, like I would say like some buttons, what is like this analogy, you know? It's kind of like you know, there's something like don't hit this button, you know? It's like emergency for like calling the fire force when like something's going on, and you're not doing that in real life. But if it's like behind a screen, online and such, and you don't really get any consequences. Yeah, let's try. Let's fuck around, you know? And you don't get any consequences, you know? And it's like pretty bad. And kinda you encourage yourself to do more of that. It's like the same kind of thing with like when the stove is hot. You touch it, it's hot. Ouch. Not touch. Let's not touch it again. But online, you don't learn that, right? That's like the problem. I hate online meta. Let's go back to offline. Boys and girls, gamers. Don't abuse Wi-Fi mechanics. Doesn't work. That's why I hated Smash Bros. Online. Okay. But yeah, it's understandable. I mean, I act sometimes different as well. There was like a question if I have like a Discord server or like plan to open one. But you know, I wouldn't like do that right now. Because maybe you get like disillusioned, you know? You have like this one image of me on stream, but when you see me like in Discord, yeah, I don't know. At the same time, you know, I don't have many subscribers. And my audience is like pretty small. So I want to focus on my content first, instead of like a community like Discord, you know? Like focus on my content first, instead of like social media and Twitter or anything, or my likes or whatever. I want to focus on that. I want to grind mindset, so to say. And yeah, let's focus on that first. I don't really said anything about a goal, right? I think I don't have a debut stream or anything. I just started out of nowhere, and I streamed like for a long time. But I started like with YouTube for like recently. So what was that? I want to gain experience. I want to like work on myself with that. And if I feel like, yeah, this is gonna work, I can make money off of that, then it's gonna be great. I think like you need about 1k and then like a certain amount of watch time when you can get monetized. So let's see. It might take me like 5 years if my current growth like goes on like that. So yeah. That makes sense, but also I feel like a lot of my subs came from people seeing my comments and checking my channel. Yeah. Can be like that as well. It depends on like how you do that. Of course you can like focus on one kind of thing alone, but it's like only one source, right? So you kind of need to make marketing, like promote somewhere, you know, make aware of yourself. I do sometimes art, you know, and I say like you know, but maybe you don't know. But I draw fan art. And I do that on stream as well, and sometimes people can see that. sometimes people are like interested in art. But for the most part, I stream what I'm comfortable with. And if people see I'm happy with what I do, then yeah, that's fantastic. Because that's kind of the energy I like want to convey. Of like having here, being like comfortable, being like happy about what I talk, or like being very invested, you know, passionate. But mostly it's like a archive I like stream, and like I kind of like follow the philosophy of that, of the story and the messages this game conveys. It's like a really positive kind of, you know, I kind of feel like a sensei sometimes, but at the same time not. I think like it's like a really hard job being a sensei. So yeah, it's only like for entertainment and partially education. If you really want advice, check on licensed professionals. Okay, I have like, I talk like about a lot. It's like the first time I like reached about like really close to 3 hours. Normally, sometimes I don't have much to talk about. But yeah, I had like some thoughts in my mind, like for some days. I like wrote it down a little bit on like certain things, but I'm still not done yet with the whole list. There are like about 3 things maybe out of 6, like about 50%. Wow, I could like talk about more. But yeah, I'm not gonna stream for too long. Like a lot of people are like certain kind of gamers, like endurance kind of streamers, or like gamers in general, and they would stream the game but not interact a lot of the chat, right? They would be like gaming, be like focusing on the gameplay, and then occasionally do reactions, kind of like this kind of thing. And this can be like pretty long or like pretty short, depending on it. But I'm like the kind of streamer who doesn't want to like stream for too long. So my streams are like at perfect size, like about 2 hours, and a maximum about 3 hours. That's like I would be okay with. But if like past that, but yeah, it depends on like what I'm doing right now. But the thing is, like, I care about VODgang as well. I have like VODgang is like a really important part of my audience as well. So I need to like look for them as well. I'm just gonna go to sleep after watching a stream, wake up and the streamer's still live. Yeah, this is like the thing. I like certain streamers, like VTubers as well, and but the thing is, like, they stream for too long. I can't like stay for the whole live stream. I need to be reliant that they like are good boys, good girls, and don't nuke the VOD. So I can like watch afterwards. With me, you don't really have to fear anything. I'm not monetized yet, and I can like keep it up. And I think I don't curse too much. Sometimes I say like F up or something to like express certain ideas of the human language that are like commonly used, you know, something like that. It's like a way to express yourself, right? It's like not actually cursing. But yeah, outside of that, I think like it's pretty friendly, pretty family friendly. Actually, no, I talk about Mushoku Tensei and then like, or like NHK with its certain characters. Maybe not, maybe not. But it's like for the most part okay for YouTube. What do I say? I secretly get happy with streamers don't cuss too much because I don't have to censor anything when clipping. Yeah, I can imagine that. Clippers are like pretty cool, like pretty MVP regarding that. You do a good job. I mean, like, you introduce yourself like that. It's like your channel name, so cool. You're probably a bigger person than me. I don't know. I don't really like look much at other people, you know. I look at myself, but sometimes I have to look at other people just so to know how to address them, you know. And yeah. I doubt it. Yeah, I don't know. I haven't like watched it yet. Of course, I look at chat. It's like a rule I never break when I do like chatting streams. Sometimes you can like bounce really off well with your audience, and this can be like great. Sometimes not, but you still keep an eye on it and maybe come back to it later when you have like something better in mind, a better answer, better like more thought out, something like that. Don't worry too much about other sub counts. I'm a really small clipper, so if I compare myself, my ego will evaporate. Yeah, okay, thank you for the tip. Okay. I mean, sometimes I say like, oh, I don't care about numbers. I just do that willy-nilly, but at the same time I do care. But yeah, I'm kind of on a good path that I didn't really spend too much money on streaming stuff as really. You know that like people who do those kind of mistakes, that they blow out a lot of money on like their model and have like no experience in streaming when start a debut stream, for example. Or like those people who are like called V-tweeters, you know, TBA debut, something like that. And then they focus on their Twitter instead of like their own actual content. So yeah, I kind of like knew what I was going into like a few years ago. I think like about 2021. I think like I started that. And yeah, I've started like pretty small. But yeah, yeah, don't do those kind of mistakes, you know. Don't hire like a whole live artist and then like hire Arika from Iron Vertex, pay like 10k, and then you find out, oh, I don't like streaming. It's kind of like that. It's good to start out with PNG tour, because if you don't enjoy streaming, you won't be out of money. Yeah, this is like the good thing, you know. When you, it depends on like a lot of your circumstances. If you can draw your own thumbnails, you can draw your own PNG tuber. I have like some emotions. I kinda cry. My lip can go upwards. I frown. Can also smile with that. There are like some cool things you can do as an artist. You can like draw your own PNG tuber, you can like draw emotions, you can use for thumbnails, schedule art. If you have collab, you can like offer, hey, let me do this thumbnail, and you can promote yourself in that kind of way. I like how certain artists do that, but when they like constantly reuse their own thing, it's also like a valid thing, since it's their own kind of work, you know, they don't need to credit anyone. If they can do music, if they're like a good singer, this is like a good way to like promote yourself as well. A certain skill sets help you a lot. And even if you can't do certain things, you can learn those things. And a lot of people will be interested in that journey like that. Like our struggle and like getting better. I think like PewDiePie, for example, is like a big inspiration regarding his one video with like his day 1 to day 30 of like drawing, and then day 31 to day 100. Like 100 days teaching himself drawing. This is like pretty cool. He's like exceptionally talented, but the thing is like, you can also like try to get good at drawing. This is like pretty inspirational. Maybe you don't get in 100 days, but maybe in 200, maybe 300, to be like somewhere where you're like satisfied with your skill of like drawing, for example. Same thing with like streaming. Maybe you won't be like at the very start like a whole live VTuber, but at least you like can understand how it is to stream. Maybe you like start to feel like, see, oh, is it fun, you know? And yeah, I for my part didn't really care much about my audience, I must like say. I mean, I did no streaming schedules. I was like guerrilla. I talked about it a few times. Every time a new amount of audience. Sometimes to my regulars, they heard it about 2 to 3 times. but sometimes there are like new peoples out there, and then yeah, I sometimes share about myself. Normally I talk like about things I like, but sometimes I want to introduce myself, and it's kind of like that. Like experience goes like a long way. But yeah, the thing is like also I like streaming. And if I can make a little bit of pocket money off that, that would be great. Cause I'm like, I'm like pretty okay right now. I have a full-time job, I have a day job, and I earn like enough money for that. But if I'm like, at some point able to financially support myself with what I do as a hobby, it can do a lot in the future. But yeah, let me see about that. Japan is like kind of crazy in that kind of sense. Maybe it's just because they are like pushed against a corner, so to say. There are a lot of problems there in Japan. I mean, we have like this depression kind of thing, we have like hikikomoris, we have like people who are like not treated well in the early childhood and then turn into mass murderers and do those crazy things, you know. Normally no crimes, but when there's crime it's gonna be super crazy, something like that. But I think like in the idol life, you know, we have like underground idols, and some of them turn to VTubers as well, and or like entertainment kind of thing, and they also have like some troubles, so they're like pushed in a corner and then it's kind of like that, do or die. So I'm gonna look forward to Oshinoko, who like uncovers more of that, the anime there. Maybe it's gonna be a little, maybe we'll like get some kind of drama. I can see that. At the same time, all of those things happen in real life. It's like, it's like referencing that. So it's gonna be interesting. Education anime. Let's go. It's good to have your job, a job to fund your hobby. I can't imagine making a living paycheck when starting out. Yeah, it's gonna be a lot of pressure. The thing is like, you can't trust other VTubers. Like if you get like one bad apple, this poison can like affect other VTubers as well, like the whole community. And yeah, and also you compete with other VTubers as well, so you don't want your ideas to get stolen, you know, you don't want to have a bad apple. And there's like also like the kind of rumor thing in social media with like, oh, you didn't collab with this person, okay, you're only like number oriented, and a fight like this can like break out, you know. So you need to like choose pretty well, or yeah, be pretty paranoid and regarding that. Unless you're maybe a company, but at the same time I had like also sometimes you get like bullied within the company, which is like some pretty normal in like Japanese companies, for example. So yeah, I feel like VTubers are constantly getting into drama, can't really trust anyone. Yeah, but it's like good for education. I don't really like it, but I'm like on the sidelines watching that and thinking about, hey, can I compare that with to like some cases in real life, and yeah, I can like compare it with that. Let's like say it's a piece of information, so to say, and it can be useful at some point. For now, it's a little bit, it's very unpleasant, yes, to see that people get into fights and that they don't grow into better people. Like stay like childish, you know, be like, oh, I'm the better person, this person's bad. But sometimes we get like good endings, and we can like certainly learn from that. I, for my part, I do think I can get into drama. We all try to avoid it, but it can like happen, you know? We can at least like learn from that, you know? How to do a proper apology or how to avoid that. The things like you grow naturally. You get like viewers, sub counts every month sometimes. Yeah, that's okay, that's fine. I know like what I get into. I know what I get into. It's like pretty normal for like growth. Sometimes you get like your hate comments. So far, I'm not in this point yet, so I didn't make it yet. It was only in Twitch. Now I focus on YouTube. Now I'm waiting until I get my first hate comment and then, ah yes, I made it! But yeah. You can be a streamer, you can be a VTuber, this is fine. But if you want to be a streamer or VTuber that's getting respected, no way. Then this is not the right thing for you. I'm like aware of that. So you have to be ready to be memed on? Is that okay for you? Then yeah, you have to make your decision like that, you know? Real famous when people on TikTok impersonate you for no reason. I don't know about TikTok, I don't really follow that. But if that's about... if that's the thing, if that's the approach, to become like... to have like a kind of... setting? Not setting. To have like kind of a line where you're like, no, you're famous not now. Then yeah. And let's try to get into this point, waiting for someone to impersonate me, and then we'd be like, let's go! I got a impersonator! But okay. The world of like career, the world of Japan, the world of anime is like pretty deep. Okay, that's funny. Nukamao. Impersonators. But we all have it at some point. We all will get it at some point. When we get big enough. But anyways, this was like a nice Zatsudan, I would like say. I'm like about 3 hours in. I see like at the time now. And 3 hours is my max actually, like around 3 hours. So let me wrap it up on it here. Regarding my next streams, let me put something up. This is an old one. But I talked like about a lot of things I like wrote down. So like about the Zatsudan I've like written. So here's my Steam schedule. It's like what I'm posting on my YouTube community tab and like on my X, formerly known as Twitter account. And yeah, I'm like GMT, I'm like German time zones. So you see like in the top left also like what time it's like currently for me. It's like evening time. I need to like hit the bed, but tomorrow no stream. But in 2 days, like the day after tomorrow, there's gonna be an art stream, and then you're gonna see my art skills in person, live. Drawing like Simsudmue from the Blue Archive series. So right now in Japan, for example, there's like currently Hairbanner going on. She's like the new kid in town, the new spotlights, so I'm gonna just add more to it, and you know, when things are trending, it's more likely that your art is also like getting in there in the timeline. And on Sunday, like 2 days after the art stream, there's gonna be a gaming stream. Actually, when I did this schedule, I was like, when I was working the schedule, I was like thinking, what game should you put in? I was like thinking about an RPG Maker game, but at the same time, I have like a lot of other games in the Steam library, like Yakuza. I have like a lot of Toho fan games. I have like, let me check. I have like some sassy games. I have like I have like a 2-player game, so I need to add someone. Haven't I done that ever before? I have Dark Souls. Oh gosh. I have Ender Lilies, I have Hollow Knights. You know, when you are like in Steam, sometimes I like discount and you're like, oh, what a deal, let's buy that. And it's like over time of like, yo, what a deal. You buy like a lot of games and then your library is full of games you haven't touched now for in a long time. It's like that kind of question. What do you stream? The last game outside of mobile gacha games I did on stream was like Refine Self, a personality test game. I did one playthrough, like one ending. Not like a second and a third ending, like how most streamer did that. I just check it later, you know. But I could like talk later about my full personality kind of cheat at some point in a chatting stream. Or like explaining like how this is like really accurate. I could stream Passepartout. Yeah, I did Passepartout as well, outside of Refine Self. This was actually how I did art streams, playing Passepartout. So this is like where you're like a homeless guy, and let's say the age of AI is like so mighty that like actual artists are like fast food. So you kind of provide this fast food for other people for a cheap price, then like rise back to the top and like show real art can never replace humans. We are the top. And this was kind of the mission. I had like my kind of storytelling and I Passepartout. And yeah, I'm like out of gacha money, for example, so it was no reason to like earn money with like my fast food. I like my Passepartout streams. But yeah, some people are not interested, so oh, let's say it was pretty good at the beginning. It was pretty good at the beginning, but sometimes I need to hit the right times because I do like those viewer requests, you know. I ask the viewers, okay, what should I draw? And yeah, it's about that. I do commissions, wow. Yeah, let me think. Do you have any suggestions on the gaming streams? What do you want to see? I have like those Metroidvania games that are like Souls-like Hollow Knight and Ender Lilies. I have Dark Souls in there. I have games like Skyrim. Actually, Skyrim we can't play it, it's with a CD. Yeah. I have Eep, the remake. I bought it when it was on sale. I have like some sussy games, but yeah. Heartbound? What is Heartbound? It's an RPG Maker game. Let me check. Yeah, that means I need to buy the game though. I have like To the Moon. It's like a story-based RPG Maker game, and I love story-based games as well. Pirate Software. Oh, this guy is based. Hardbound on Pirate Software. Okay, add this to my wish list. It's currently on discount, 20%. I don't know. How long is it hardbound? How long does it take to like finish it? So just that I know how many parts, how often I should I need to stream that game. Probably not in one playthrough. Oh, it got combat. Alright, yeah. The thing is like To the Moon It's like a game made in Germany. Like a game of my people. And back in the days, I played a lot of RPG Maker games. Because I had a potato PC. Like, it has Windows XP Professional. It's like so ancient. And I had to live with a Windows XP Professional PC like about my whole childhood, so to say. While in this age, the iPad came out, like some Windows 7, you know, and because my PC was such a potato one and its max capacity had like freely available was about 700 megabytes. While in that age, like 100 gigabytes or something was like the norm. I got like such a miniature, so I could only play like RPG Maker games, which are like really like low budget and like low maintenance and like low requirements. So I played a lot of German kind of RPG Maker games, and those are banger. And those are comparable to those Japanese RPG Maker games like Corpse Party, Eep, Omori, maybe something like Mad Father, and a lot of other things. My laptop can't really run anything, lol. You can truly play RPG Maker games. It's like pretty good. Yeah. Okay, to the moon then maybe. Story-based game. Like however I feel like it. I could also like play Yakuza, the Yakuza series. The thing is, like with Yakuza, I played 1 and 2, the original ones on the PlayStation 2. Like part 1, part 2. If you like know about the characters, you can start off with Yakuza 0. And I think like a lot of people start with Yakuza 0, but normally you should start with 1 and 2 first, and then freely decide like how you go. Maybe like Yakuza 0, but at the same time, it's a pretty long game. And yeah. Okay, then thank you for helping me with my decision there. So, I'm putting it up here, minimizing it. But yeah, this is what you can expect. And you can also like see the stream schedule on my X, formerly known as Twitter, and on my YouTube community tab. I update you there regarding my schedules every single week, like about the beginning, like around Monday to Wednesday. Sometimes I like don't stream on Monday, mostly, but it's like kind of my minimum of like streaming 3 times in a week. Sometimes I do like more, but it's like minimum like that. So respecting your time, respecting my time, I've streamed like for too long, so I'm gonna sign off here. So I wish you all a nice rest of the day, evening, good night, whatever time zone you are. And for what, gang? I love you. And with that, I say bye bye.